The D4C Racing Network presents live flag-to-flag coverage of the All-Star Racing Giveaways Xfinity Series here at Phoenix International Raceway, also known as ISM Raceway. Hi, folks. I'm Form the Crowd 909, alongside here with my co-commentator, Pro Viper, and folks, we have a fantastic race for you in Phoenix. 200 laps around this 1 mile track, and you know, Pro Viper, as we're looking at qualifying, this isn't necessarily a short track, but it's not one of the bigger speedways that this series sees a lot of. What do you expect for these drivers tonight?
Well, they want to get a good qualifying start because track condition is going to be huge, and starting in the back is not the way you want to start your night.
And with it being a shorter track, do you expect a lot of cautions? What's your prediction on the amount of cautions we will see tonight?
I'd say we might see a moderate amount of cautions, around 8 or 9, I'd say. But people are going to be aggressive early on to try and get that track position to make sure they set themselves up.
And do you expect the drivers to go for stage wins or maybe have more of a long-term outlook than being 200 laps here?
Look for drivers like Squad Height and Redneck Man and Jetty Man to go for those stage points. They've got the most stage points after 3 rounds, and they're looking to build on their points gap.
And how many laps do you think we'll be able to go for these drivers tonight? And how important also is tire wear when it comes to that equation?
At a track like this, you want to be able to save that right front for the long runs. You can go about 38 laps here on fuel. Some people might be able to stretch it to 42, 44 laps, but you're giving up a lot of time staying out on those old tires.
As we're looking here at qualifying, these drivers will have a few laps to make, and they break up the field to where not all the drivers are going around the track at once. As we see the number 8 of Tar Heel pulling in, finishing up his qualifying laps. Also the number 9 of Tech 9. More drivers are coming out of the apron to make their 2 laps. What are your particular favorites for tonight's race, Pro Viper? Any drivers that usually stand out on a track like Phoenix, or drivers who are just really hot lately?
Well, I've been looking at times recently. I think Cosmic Storm and Cosmic Storm's gonna be strong. I think possibly Redneck Man could be strong. Kid Snowman's always consistent throughout the race. Okay.
And I really think that Cosmic Storm, like you said, is always a favorite to win in the Xfinity Series. I know the 88 of D4C got him is making an appearance tonight. He's always fast. Heated Snowman, like you said. And you know, there's so much talent, though, in this Xfinity Series for Duel for Cash. And you just never know with a race like this. Anything can happen.
Very true.
60 a month into that sunny D.
Right
yep.
Hasn't been getting some good laps recently. It looked like he was a little wide doing for it that last lap.
And this should be his last lap of qualifying.
Yeah, this is not going to be the lap he's looking for.
You see him pull in to the apron. I think he was the last driver of that group as more cars are coming back out.
I get on board with some that's not quite pleased.
Yeah. I see the 99 of Dr. Dab. Look at the start-finish line. Cutting the apron. Should be his first full qualifying lap.
Dr. Dab's been someone that I've always liked as a racer, and he's learning. He's coming from another league that wasn't as competitive in any time, so he came over here and he's done the worst in his rookie season in Xfinity.
And he definitely cut a chunk of the apron there. I think that's what you're looking to do on a track like this with all that apron down the bottom. You think most drivers are going to try and get as close to that wall as they can, or is there a particular strategy as you go through the new start-finish line?
I think that cutting that apron can give you a turn, but it can also mess you up in turn 3. You want to get a nice arc in turn 3 and just above that yellow line, because if you go below that yellow line, it's just butter now. But you also got to make sure you don't have anyone outside of you to go down there, because if you come up, you're most likely going to end up going somewhere.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of these Xfinity drivers. When I qualified for the Cup race the other week, and I didn't get to run the race really, but it seemed like a lot more drivers were really on the edge of hitting that apron. I don't know if that's a difference with the Cup Series car or why, but definitely I'm seeing these drivers be a little more conservative when it comes to getting below that yellow line, like you said.
Yeah, it all has to do with the comfort zone and what preset you're running. Some guys run a lower preset, but everyone for this qualifying should be about around the preset 8 or 9. So they should be able to. They shouldn't be too aggressive on anything.
The number 40 of Country 29, going past the start-finish line. He took a very high line that first go-around.
Yeah, no, that should be interesting to see how that fares for him. I don't know much about the strategy, but I'm excited to see what he can do tonight. He's in 10th in points and needs to make up a little bit of ground if he wants to make that pace.
I know you mentioned with the presets, these drivers are using an 8 or 9, which is a very loose setup. They're going to have to probably tighten that up before the actual race and then make pit road adjustments, correct?
Oh yeah, for sure. Some guys will stick to these high presets, but a lot of them will probably go down to 7 or 6, as that will fare better for the setups because you're going to adjust on it more than you can with a high preset.
Has finished up his qualifying along with a number of other drivers coming in behind him.
Yeah, I'm on board with D4C got him, and now he's starting to run down the guy in front of him. He's starting to run down 42 as they look like they might be finishing their run. And they are. It looks like got him, just let them all loose to go for have some fun for the last however many laps.
Yeah, I think that was the 78 of Sturlu. Hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or what, but he kind of ducked on pit road there.
I think he was expecting to grab you, because one thing that's different with this new game is pit road seems to grab you a lot faster now. It used to grab you behind the pit wall, but now it grabs you right on the track. It's been that way with 3 different tracks like Kentucky, Las Vegas, this track. So it should be interesting to see if any guys make that mistake and don't remember about that limit line. Maybe get caught for speeding tonight.
I think this is a good opportunity for some of these drivers to maybe get out their aggression before the actual race. We can see him beating and banging. I saw the number 0 of Chevy Man and the 61 of Mets fan doing a little rubbing and racing.
Yeah, you got Muppet Mets trying to reverse challenge, apparently. Doing a Joey turn now.
And if you're just tuning in, this is the end of qualifying for the All-Star Racing Giveaway Xfinity Series presented by Duel for Cash. I'm here with my co-commentator, Pro Viper. And really exciting race for you today here at Phoenix. 200 laps, 3 stages. And I should stress that this portion of qualifying is not official. They've already ran their single file runs and they're just beating and banging and having a good time to finish out the 15 laps.
Who's your prediction for tonight? Who do you think is going to take it on? We've had 3 different winners so far this season.
Yeah, that's a really good question. If I had to go with someone, I'm going to go with Heaton Snowman. He's always fast, I think you said earlier in the broadcast, and he seems to do really well on these shorter tracks. What about you, Pro Viper?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Cosmic Storm tonight. He threw it away last year and by hitting inside wall going into what's now turn 3. I think he's going to want to that one back and he might get redemption tonight. But it should be fun to see if Muffin in that 60 car can keep up his momentum after coming off a win at Vegas.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Muffin's always fast. And, you know, this is definitely a different track than Vegas and Daytona and some of the other venues we've had even for the regular season and the preseason. So a different challenge for these drivers, certainly.
It looks like they've now finished up qualifying and should be heading back to the lobby any moment.
Yep, and so I'm going to back out of the lobby and we'll be waiting until they get inside of the actual race for an invite. And then we'll go to you live. They'll have a couple of pace laps. And then we'll be going green here at Phoenix.
And it looks like our pulser is going to be Cosmic Storm with Snag on the outside.
Well,
and your pick is running 6th.
Okay, well, qualifying isn't always determinant on how well you'll fare in the race, but it's a good start for you, Viper, with your pick.
Yeah, one thing Cosmic's been good at is those long runs and saving that right front. That's what he's focused on throughout his pretty much entire racing career, as far as I've known him. He's been consistent with those tires.
And you think these drivers will want to run out their full set of tires and their fuel before they come in? Or, do they risk coming in early, get those fresh tires, but if a wreck comes out, they get trapped under caution?
It's a tough call, and it's all situational, but I think I would rather run it out to at least 5 laps left before I pit, because short pin can definitely get you in trouble here. Got people in trouble in the Cup race this past year, and it's definitely not fun to try and play from behind.
And now we're entering the track. We should be getting ready to go green here in just a few moments. And I see Muffin is starting 7th tonight.
Yeah, he's been one guy that's been pretty good on the short track so far in Cup this year. He was good in Cup at Phoenix here. He's been strong. He had a strong running in Cup last week. Should be fun.
And you can't forget about Squad Hype. He's starting 5th tonight. He's always fast, especially on these shorter tracks as well. So if I had another pick for tonight's race, I definitely would put Squad Hype up there.
No, definitely. As he looks to extend his points lead. And also remember, the leader on the pulse hitter can't choose the lane. They have to start on the inside for the start of the race.
And do you think the inside line is the preferred groove for this track, Viper?
I think it is, just because after the start-finish line, you can dive down to that dog leg and most likely end up clearing whoever's beside you. So I think it's definitely an advantage to the inside car.
And it appears the green flag is just out. The number 7 of Cosmic Storm goes to the inside of the 78 of Sturlu is right behind him.
51 goes up the... Ooh, and 51 gets pinched in the wall by 78 a little bit. Gonna lose a lot of driving with me. And he's just getting slammed all over the place. He's got contact with the double zero flat height.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact already throughout the field. We can see that beating and banging coming out of the last turn by the start-finish line. Good battle for third. The number 9 of Tech 9 still trying to take third place. I think he's got it for the moment. No, he's cut off. Oh, there's contact. The 78 of Sturlu goes high up in the wall. The 51 of D4C Snag made contact with him. And now Snag is second, but the number 9 of Tech 9 is right behind him.
He's not going to like that, and he's going to definitely remember that for later in the race. But it should be interesting to see how this damage affects Snag's car, as it looks like the right side of his car is pretty destroyed. So we'll see if that affects him later in this run.
We can already see these drivers taking a much more aggressive drive into that last turn, getting down on that apron and right next to the black stuff, which if you hit that, you're going to spin out most likely.
Oh, for sure. If you don't get down there and someone does, that's giving them free position and opens the door for possibly losing more position than just the guy behind you.
Oh, the number 88 of Gone goes way up high, hits the outside wall. I think he might have just misjudged that last turn.
Yeah, it looks like Gotham has some sort of engine failure, and he is out of the race.
Wow, terrible luck for Gotham.
I guess.
D4C Gotham has now joined us in the booth. What happened out there? Make sure you turn on your mic. See some contact between the 78 Sturlu and the 19 of Zachary Jason. And oh my goodness, the 81 car's wrecking all down the backstretch. That should bring out a caution.
That's one of the things about this track is if someone bounces off that turn 2 wall and comes down and hits another person, it's just going to ping pong them and clog up the entire track and there's nowhere to go. It's kind of like Boulder.
It reminds me of Bristol a little bit too. You come out of turn 2 or turn 4, same thing.
Oh, yeah, it happened earlier this year. Happened last year in the Cup Series fall race. Kyle Busch.
Yeah, I was there at that race, and I tell you what, the crowd went wild when that happened. Well, do you think these drivers will come in and go ahead and get fresh tires at this stage of the race? Viper?
Yeah, I think so. They want to get their setups in and make sure they got what they need for the race rather than get hung up. Because you don't know when that caution's going to come, and if you don't hit and you get that strategy wrong, it could be costly for you later on. Well, it looks like we had 3-4 stay out. Snag stayed out, Tech 9 stayed out.
Very interesting strategy call by those drivers. I mean, we were talking earlier before the race, track position is important here, so while you definitely burn out your tires and run the risk of losing fuel too quick, sometimes being up front can just help you avoid an incident like we had just a few moments ago. As they go through the final turn, the green flag is back out. We're underway here again at Phoenix. And the 51 of Snag went really low onto the apron. once he took the green and slides up a little bit, almost gets into the back of the 9.
Yeah, looks like that fork on that pin is going to definitely cost him as he loses more than half a dozen positions out of turn 2.
We can already see those drivers getting real loose coming out of the second turn onto the backstretch. A lot of aggressive driving so far.
Yeah, if you're not careful with your setup coming off of 2, it will end up spinning you out. Or turn 4, excuse me.
And the 00 of Squad Hype looked to the inside of the 78 of Sturlew. I think he thought better of it and he washed up the track a little bit and lost some ground there. And all this battling as they're going 3-4 wide when they hit the front stretch has let the 51 of Snag just check out for the time being.
Yeah, that's one thing I gotta be careful about with this track is you get side by side too long with someone, they can stretch out their lead or drive away from you on here.
Yeah, the 78 of Reddick, man. The 78 of Sturlew, he changed car numbers recently. It's hit just the inside tip of that wall going into the last turn. Shot him up the track. I don't know if he has much damage. He now gets it to the back of Tech 9. That's going to let the 7 of Cosmic Storm take second place for the time being. And now the 00 of Squad Hype boosts to the inside of 9.
Seems like these drivers are having trouble in 3 and 4 controlling their car and keeping it to the bottom as it looked like. Where the black car that went up and slammed that sidewall.
I know in the Cup practice I had the other week here in Phoenix, I know it's a different car, but it seemed like you'd get real loose going into turn number 3 and want to wash up the track if you weren't too careful.
Yeah, that's one thing you gotta be careful about for sure is the back end, if you're running your car too, is you will want to snap around and just get to snap around a little too early. One end could hit the inside wall and there could be some trouble for that.
And as I'm looking back through the field, the number 9 of Tech 9 is just losing more and more positions for the moment. Got caught up in that little skirmish with the leaders. I think he's just trying to get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, it's one of the tough things about this track for sure is if you get ran over or someone runs into it, gets into your mind and can get into your head and throw you off your rhythm for sure. It takes quite a few laps just to get back into that rhythm. But, ooh, further in the back, it looks like the 99 just getting ping-ponged off the one coming off Muffin in the 60.
Yeah, and I see the 98 of Caden Clipper got up high as well with the 18 of D4C Duman looking to his inside. And the 40 of Country 29 is right behind him. I tell you what, I'm loving this racing so far, Viper. There's battles all around this track. It's hard to even keep track of where everybody is and what they're doing.
Yeah, the people at ISM have done a great job with this reconfiguration. I think it's been great moving the start-finish line to get this type of racing on restarts and during green flag runs like this. You can use that dog leg to your advantage. You can get those runs off the corners, use that apron.
So now the number 5 of Ace Dangerous is getting caught up to that second group of drivers. Way low on the apron. Looking to the inside of Country 29.
And we are getting going now. D4C got him and got him the number 88. What happened to you, bud?
I don't know. We loaded into the race and we just lost connection. Good to be there.
And we have a battle further down between Snag and the 51 and Cosmic Storm inside. Cosmic going into turn 3 is going to try and dive it in on the apron. Snag's down back on the outside there and Cosmic's going to come off it too.
Had a good qualifying effort. He started 9th. Apologize, I'll go ahead.
Oh no, that's just a tough break for you though, Gotham. I know how you feel, buddy.
Yeah. Not sure what's going on with my internet here lately. It's been doing that quite frequently. Luckily, nothing in the Cup Series. They hadn't backed me out there yet, but I got to get to the bottom of that. Of course, I'll be hurting in points.
And right now, the double zero of squad hype is in third place. Coming up on your top two as the 51 D4C Snag keeps falling back on those older tires.
Yeah, we got to make it.
Alright, turn it down.
I'm looking at the stream, it looks like... It looks like on the Muffin stream that he actually somehow got damaged. He's on the 8% arrow, he has some radiator damage, so he's going to be hoping for a caution real quick before he ends up getting up too behind and put a lap down. Because that was some heavy contact that he got under the restart. And it looked like he got a caution.
How many laps were you in on that particular stage, Viper?
It's the 42 car around the backstretch. Just calls it a caution there.
The 42 car. I don't have a driver for that number.
I think it's Fort Smitty, if I'm not mistaken.
Fort Smitty has reportedly gone around on the backstretch, bringing out our second caution of tonight's race.
Looks like after this caution, we should be going green with about 18 laps left to go in stage one.
Well, definitely, if you're the 51 of Snag and the number 9 of Tech 9, a couple other drivers who stayed out on that first caution, you really need to come in this time, don't you, Viper?
I don't know. It should be interesting to see. And it looks like the 51 actually did end up coming in. So maybe he's trying to hopefully quick another caution before in this stage and try and run back down.
And something happened on that when they went to manual. Looked like the 28, perhaps. I couldn't quite make out the number. Got into our leader, the number 5 of Ace Dangerous. There was a little bit of contact.
Yeah, Cheeseburger's ready to go. He doesn't want to wait a lap. He wants to go now.
Yeah, he was asking a lot of questions after I've already explained the format and everything. Like he didn't comprehend what was going on. And interested to see how he gathers his thoughts throughout the next couple of races. Caution scenarios, you know.
And the green flag is back out for the third time here at Phoenix. And a really great start for number 5 of Ace Dangerous.
Like Dangerous might have jumped the start and then had to hit the brake and then get back into it as soon as he got to the restart zone. That's what it looked like from my end.
Right now he's in the lead, but he's got the number 7 of Cosmic Storm and the 78 of Sterlu right behind him. As they're looking a little more conservative this time. The second green flag we had, they were all spread out, beating and banging. I think they're being a little more cautious. And the number 7 of Cosmic Storm, look to the inside, doesn't have quite the momentum. And that lets Ace Dangerous continue to stay in the lead.
Something happened to the New York Mets fan on that restart. Back in the pack, he slammed the inside wall on the back stretch, and he's about half a lap down with some heavy contact on the front end.
Sterlu took a very aggressive line going down the front stretch on the apron. He got second place, and he did a great job of hanging on to it. I thought he was going to have to wash back up the track, and let the number 5 of Ace Dangerous take second back from him. Ace is still pushing hard, but right now the 78 of Sterlu is in second place, and he can see the bumper of the number 7 of Cosmic Storm.
Sterlu's one of those guys that's not afraid to use his bumper if he has to. This Cosmic gets loose off the 2, it looked like, and Sterlu's got momentum going at the 3. It's a dangerous thing to see if he can use that dog leg.
Yep, he pushes up the track just a little bit, almost makes contact with the 7. But he has the lead. As they go into turn number 1, they're still side by side. Sterlu again goes up the track. these guys keep fighting.
Dog
That's
is
what
really
the number
making that
5 of
outside
Ace
lane work.
Dangerous. And wow, slide jaw, as Dale Jr. would say.
And we got a crossover.
Now Cosmic is on the preferred line to the inside. Let's see if he can hold it. And they're still side by side going down the backstretch. One exciting battle here in Phoenix.
Well, the balance are high because they're coming to 11 to go left in this stage. Don't want to give up an inch. They need these stage points.
There's a great battle for third place, too. The number 5 is in a very heated battle with the 18 of Dooman. They're neck and neck.
A
good battle for
the previous. He's been consistent on these short tracks. He was consistent last year, made it to final 8, I believe, or final 6. Didn't
It looks like
get
Cosmic
needed.
went with a slide job there.
He did, and for the time being, he's now in first place yet again. But you know the 78 of Sterlew's applying the pressure as the laps are winding down here in the first stage.
Coming on 10 laps left. It seems like these guys were anxious before the race, or what, Brandon? Because we've had a quick few cautions and a lot of aggressive driving. Does it seem like they're anxious, or they just...
Really couldn't say, man. I lagged out, so it's hard for me to really say. I didn't get to actually see the racing until they had like 13 to go in stage 1, so missed out on a lot of what was going on. I think there's a lot of misjudgments on auto points and stuff. You know, exit. I was here through Discord, guys just getting on gas too early. And all I could gather through it.
Well, it seemed like the drivers' meeting took a while, so I don't know if everybody was just amped up or what, but man, these top 2 drivers is really putting on a show. I think the 78 of Sterlew is just biding his time, trying to cool down his tires, not burn them up at the end of this stage with only a few laps remaining.
Yeah, Sterlew's one of those guys that needs those stage points. He's down points, and he needs to make up a lot to make it to the final. How many guys make the playoffs? 8?
And those top 2 have definitely pulled away from 3rd and 4th. There's an ever-growing gap between the 78 of Sterlew and the 18 of Dooman.
Well, Dooman finally able to get past the 5 car after working on him for a good 10 laps of harassing him.
I'm riding along with Sterling right now, just watching this battle between the leaders, closing laps, and just like Sterling's doing a better job of conserving his tires than what Cosmic is right now. Cosmic, you see how he pushes up really high off the corners. This know he's getting on the throttle really early, and it's really putting a wear on that right front. And as they coming down to the closing laps, I think the 78 of Sterling will have a better car, and maybe able to get around the segment. She sees a real good drive off the corner right now.
Yeah, but just how many laps do we have left this time around?
4 to go this time.
4 to go.
We have a lap for at 61. Hopefully the heat is going to get out of here. Let this play out. If we get to him.
Yeah, he's way out the pace.
Yeah,
it looks like Mets fans definitely having an issue. I don't know if he took damage or what. Looks like that front end is pretty tore up.
He's going to park the car right in front of Sterling.
3 more. Oh, contact! And the 61, a Mets fan, just shoots up the track. And I got to say, that was not smart by a Mets fan. With 3 more laps to go here, he was already going to be the lucky dog, I think. I'm not sure why you would just take it easy and let these leaders duke it out. Clearly, his car was not handling properly. No reason to cause that.
I think he was trying to get the spot to him, but I'm not sure exactly what he was seeing on his end as far as coming down the track and everything, but it definitely looked like he came down on the 78 as the 78 was getting back into the throttle. I'm sure both of them are arguing the same fact, though. The 61's probably telling the 78 that he's come up, and vice versa, the 78 to the 61, but I would have definitely liked to seen him hit the brake a little harder, give that whole corner to those guys up here in the front.
So now, one more lap.
It's going to be a stage winner.
That is the end of the stage, okay.
That was the end of the stage.
So, congrats to the number 7 of the Cosmic Storm. Great performance in the first stage. We'll see how it plays out the rest of it.
Everyone should be coming down this time for 4 tires. Make those adjustments to loosen or clean up those tires. Try to get them dialed in for stage 2.
Now, I know Sterlo had a little bit of a hash it out moment with Snag in the beginning. Snag got into him a little bit. Sterlo was really verbal about his displeasure about the incident. And so I'm kind of interested to know how that particular incident went through with Sterlo and 61 on that restart that final laps.
Yeah, see how that plays out.
One thing's for sure, some really hard racing here at Phoenix. A great stage 1.
Is that 4 cautions altogether?
Yes, including the stage caution. And it looks like the number 7 of Cosmic Storm is going to take the outside. I don't believe that is the preferred groove. At least in my opinion it's not, but he's been doing this for a long time, Viper. So maybe he's figured something out.
I think in turn 3 is what he's setting himself up. Or turn 1 and 2 is what he's setting himself up for. Before unless they're getting ready to go green here. Getting down in turn 1 and 2, you kind of want that middle lane. So securing that by restarting up high, I'm sure has a lot to do with his decision there.
Well, it's not even going to matter as him and Snag just cleared the 78 before they even get there.
Yeah, that was one heck of a restart by Cosmic.
It's like the top 3's going to get really.
Oh, some contact.
Caution.
Yep. I'm not sure what happened. It must have been an incident back through the field, which brings out our 5th caution for tonight.
Yeah, there was a stack up on the backstretch between the 40 and the 3 and 60, and it was just a mess.
I don't foresee many drivers coming in and hitting pit road. Maybe if you're all the way in the back or took some damage, you might come in and get a splash and go.
Yeah, this next restart should be interesting to see what Cosmic does. See if he takes the outside again or goes to... I like to take the inside. Him and Snag are a great friend though, so that was probably cool, bro.
Looks like he's taking
the outside for this.
Yep, once again. That's going to let Sterlu be right behind him, so if they have the same kind of restart like they did before, that would be beneficial to Sterlu. I see the 28, so I believe that's Cheeseburger, if I've got that name correctly, running in 3rd place. As Cosmic Storm takes the green flag, although the 51 is Snag, hangs in there a little better.
Seemed like whoever's in fourth, though, seems to get the jump, and Sterling was able to clear third place like teammates before they even get to turn 3, and he's going to jump to the inside of Snag here. Ryan takes second, and Snag can wisely try and back off so he doesn't lose more positions.
And I'll be curious to see, literally these top 2 drivers have been the class of the field so far. If Sterling's going to hang in there, or if his car is going to get better throughout the run. I mean, this hopefully will be our first full green flag run for a stage.
The 2-car had a moment off the corner with.
Now that was 19 of Zachary Jason. He, coming through the dog leg, stayed real low of the track and stayed down all the way to the turn 3 and 4. I mean 1 and 2, and then just dove in really heavy and came up and got into the 2.
And I see the number 5 of Ace Dangerous peek to the inside of the 51 to Snag. Thought better of it.
Who's the 20?
That would be Lazy J in the number 20 car. It's a good friend of mine who used to race together in another league back on the Heat Evolution days.
Something happened to him off in the turn 3. I don't know if he has his car too. Got into the corner too hot. He ended up spinning it. There's no track position. He's now sitting or 3 dead last. Have the track behind later.
Oh, Snag made a major mistake. Shot up the track. That's what the number 5 and the 28 go to the inside of him.
That's what one mistake can do to you here. Can take off your rhythm, can lose you right positions, get in a bad situation maybe.
So he calls it right behind Cheeseburger. I think he just went a little too hard into turn number 3. And Tech 9 is now on his bumper.
That's one of those guys that was strong in the cup race here, and he's looking to
oh, contact! The number Tech 9 and 51 Snag hits the outside wall coming out turn number 2. Cars all around. The 18. Oh, that should bring out a caution. And it does. The 93 of Sammy Sun was collected. The 99 of Dr. Dab. The number 1 of Juggernaut.
Got some damage.
Well, hard racing will do that.
Yeah, it's going to be costly though, because they're going to have 30 laps left in the stage, and they're going to get mired in the back of the pack, so trying to get stage points for this.
I think Snag got a little bit frustrated. He made that mistake in turn number 3 a few laps ago. Looked like he was blocking a little bit the number 9 of Tech 9 going through the dog leg, and I'm not sure if he came down or 9 got a little bit frustrated, gave him the old chrome horn, but they just started making contact all throughout turns 1 and 2, and that's how hit it up the situation we're at now. And once again, the number 7 of Cosmic Storm is going to take the outside. The 5 of Ace Dangerous will be on the inside. We're going to have the number 3 of Redneck Man right behind our leader with Cheeseburger on his inside.
One thing I find interesting is everyone besides in the top, everyone up to 11 didn't pit. So 12th on back into it. We'll have to see if those fresh tires matter at all.
And I've seen the 93 of Sammy Sun. I know he was somewhat collected in that last accident. Must have not taken very much damage. For him to stay back out, it's from under green, and that restart was not nearly as good for Cosmic Storm as the 5 takes the lead. Ace Dangerous for the time being is your leader. I don't know if he can hang on to the driver or smack the outside wall. That may have been Sammy Sun.
Yeah, it was. If I get stacked up in the tank a little bit. Oof. That was close. Seems like Ace Dangerous just doesn't have that short run speed that he needs to the long run speed that he needs to keep up with the 7. As the 7's pounding him off of turn 2. He's going to look the inside here in turn 3. Try and make a pass. It looks like AC is going to roll over for him.
Yeah, you just let him have that. Just doesn't have the speed at the moment. I see the 51 is Snag. It's way back through the field. Makes a pass on number 4 of Munsonator. Oh, and my goodness! A driver. I think that was the 01 of Heated Snowman. I couldn't quite make out who that was. Someone went around coming out of turn number 2.
And something happened with the 9999 car. Very slow. It looks like he's not back up to speed. Looks like he just missed turn 3 and 4. And once you get out of the game in turn 4, that car just doesn't matter.
Wow, tough break for those drivers.
But while we were watching that, it looked like Cosmic and Ace Dangerous are starting to go away from that 3 car a little bit with Redneck Man.
And I'm looking back through the field. The number 51 is Snag. You know he has a fast car today, but when you get that far back throughout the field, it can definitely get frustrating. And you start making mistakes and getting in accidents, and it's just a vicious cycle.
Yeah, one guy I've been keeping in my eye since that restart was Sterling, who restarted 13th all the way up to 8th, looking to continue his march up to the front again, as he's striking his battle between Sammy Sun and Squad Head. Gets under Sammy Sun, not for sure he's going to make the pass off the corner, but going to come very close.
Ooh, and there's an incident. The number 60, the number 51, Muffin and Snag, just as I said, you get farther back in the pack, the more likely you are to get an incident, and they hit the inside wall going past the start-finish line. Just not enough room for those drivers.
Yeah, I'm looking at a replay. It looked like Muffin had a run on Chevman off the corner. Wasn't able to do anything with it. Had to lift. Couldn't lift in time. Ran the back of Chevman. Ended up hitting the inside wall instead. That's going to give him quite a bit of damage, so he's going to do a little helpful caution if he wants to not lose any more positions. But so he's having a rough race.
And I'm currently watching the 78 of Sterlu, and he went into that last turn right up against that dark apron. About a perfect turn, and he's looking to the inside of do that squad hype. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a 22. Make sure he doesn't lose too many spots so he can try and extend that points lead on Redneck Man, but Redneck Man's trying to hold off people for 4th, but looks like he's going to lose the position possibly to D-Man. Hey, D-Man doesn't get a run off for turn 2, but
I see the number 9 of Tech 9 goes right past the 1 of Juggernaut. We've got some really fast cars kind of spread out throughout the field with some of these accidents, so it'll be really interesting to see as this race progresses, how they face these challenges, if they can use a little bit of perhaps pit strategy or even just luck to get back up towards the front.
I've been impressed over with Ace Dangerous. He's been hanging with Cosmic about half a second gap between the two since when they've been pulling away from 3rd place ever since that green flag.
And I see my pick for today's race winner, Heated Snowman, that 01 car, is taking on a lot of damage. That car is not handling well at all. I think he's going to run the risk of getting lapped here sooner or later.
one guy that's fallen back throughout this run so far. I've noticed he's Sammy Song in the back leads all the way back to 15th and might lose a spot to Muffin very soon, as he's been trying to back up through the field after his incident a few laps ago. This doesn't look like Sammy Song has that car dialed in like he wants it. They're doing together, Captain. Yeah. We'll try and roll later.
And at this stage of the race, how many laps do we have left, Piper?
Let me see when Muffin comes by this time. I think we're going to have around 20 laps left in this stage. It's going to be pretty well into the run for Cosmic. And Ace Dangerous and all the guys that haven't quit yet. No, we got 12 laps left in the stage, actually. This stage is flying off.
Yep.
This is the longest run we've had today, though, so should be interesting to see how everyone's car is reacting and what adjustments they can make to better their cars.
And I tell you what, the number 5 of Ace Dangerous, he has hung in there. He's lost a little bit of ground to our leader, the Cosmic Storm, but not that much. I thought whenever Cosmic went right past him there towards the start of that second stage, that he would fall way back, but he done a great job of hanging in there.
It seemed like he made an adjustment that helped him along run a bit, so I'll have to see how this plays out for him. And so far, it looks like he's actually starting to close in a little bit on the 7th though, the Cosmic Storm.
And we can see, too, that Heated Snowman is getting closer and closer. So as this stage winds down, I wonder if it's going to be like the end of the first stage, where a car getting lapped might play a role.
I don't see anyone in front of the leaders. That could be a factor, but at this track, anything can happen. As I say that, looks like there is a car in front.
Yeah, I believe that's the 01 of Heated Snowman. He has a lot of damage, it looks like. He hit the inside wall coming out of turn number 2. And, I'm not sure if they're going to catch up to him in time, but if they do, that could pose a problem.
I think they're going to catch him in time. They're coming 7 laps left on the stage, so Snowman might be fine.
And I think either way, he would be the lucky dog. Unless there is someone else who has already gotten lapped, but I haven't seen that.
There was no other car locked down in this race, so he would be the first car locked down. Unless there was a car that hit it that we just didn't see. I've been watching Cosmic Storm, though. He's been trying to use that apron in 3 and 4 to maybe help that car or 1 and 2, excuse me, try and help that car turn a little bit better. As Ace Dangerous starting to win little
He's
by
definitely
little,
closing up the gap. 5 laps to go.
Yeah, Ace is a little high in 1 and 2. Don't think he wanted to quite go that high. But
I think he made a little mistake there. But as we're coming up on 4 more laps to go, and we can see Heated Snowman is right there, so depending on what he does, that could pose a real problem for Cosmic Storm.
He could, but he's one of those guys that he's smart, he's aware. He's a cup driver, he knows what he needs to do to not affect his leaders. As Cosmic's going to look inside of him and put him on that point.
And I think that hurt Ace just a little bit, because he couldn't quite get out of that corner past the start-finish line. as well as Cosmic did. I believe that's 2 laps to go. The white flag should be coming out this time by for stage number 2. One more lap to go.
I think this time's 2 to go.
This time is 2 to go?
Yeah, next time's 1 to go, should be.
Okay.
Probably in the stream it.
I do hope for NASCAR Heat 4 they do include a lap counter. That would definitely be helpful. But we should be coming up on the white flag here in stage number 2.
This dangerous is close as he's ever been. Is he going to try and make a move? And he's getting there.
He's definitely there. I don't think he wants to be too aggressive because he knows he has a whole another stage to deal with Cosmic. But we'll see what happens here in the final turn. Hayes drives in there deep. Looking to the inside. But it's going to be the Cosmic Storm, your stage 2 winner. And he has won both the stages so far tonight. Really great effort by Ace, though.
Oh, for sure. After that stage 1 that he had, he's going to want to continue his momentum here.
So, Viper, these drivers.
Up in the top 10 is Juggernaut. TV Juggernaut. He had a tough showing in the truck series at Dover on Sunday, so he's looking for a bounce back race.
Definitely. And Viper, I assume all these drivers will come in on pit road, get 4 fresh tires, and gas up for fuel for this final stage.
Oh yeah, they want to make sure that, because you don't know when the next caution is going to be now. There's no more stages. The dash should finish, so you want to make sure you get that adjustment in. Probably with that long window.
And it seems like with the pace of this race, once we get a few green flag runs in, it seems to stay green until the end of the stage. So, I'm wondering if some of these drivers, maybe mid-pack, even running like 10th or so place like Juggernaut, maybe don't have the fastest car today, but maybe they'll try and get a little off cycle with some of these drivers, maybe stay out as late as possible, get them trapped a lap down, or maybe try and short pit just to make up extra time depending on, what happens with this next green flag run.
Yeah, it's a tough day for D4C Doom Man in the 18 who didn't look like he hit A in time to pit, so he's going to be kicking himself for that.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to pit here for the next few laps, I would assume, with the fuel mileage.
Yeah, he shouldn't have any more than 10 laps left in that tank, so he's going to need to pit really soon, and that's going to throw him off and make it really hard for him to try and
the green flag is back out for the start of stage 3 here in the All-Star Racing Giveaway Series.
Cosmic didn't get that jump that he usually gets, but he's gonna just barely go at least dangerous off of turn 2.
And I think that Cosmic is a little better at the start, and Ace is probably a little better at the end of the run. What we saw from that second stage. But the number 9 of Tech 9 is looking to his inside. Not quite there yet. Oh, some contact. Yep, Sturlew. And I believe the number 3 of Redneck Man got up in the wall coming out of turn number 2. And there's another driver way up high.
See him.
They are not as spread out as they were at the start of the race and the second stage, but just a lot of beating and banging.
After it starts to stage 1 and stage 2, this is the most common I've seen it, and the most
pain. A little bit of a surge. Number 5, he stopped for a second and they shot through. And that might have messed up the 78 of Sturlew. He got up way high. That's when that Tech 9 go to his inside.
Yeah, definitely wasn't expecting that. They've got some tough racing throughout this field. Redneck runs under attack right now.
Oh, there's some more contact
I
with
believe.
Tech 9 and Sturlew. Just a great battle
these
for third
guys.
place.
Out and hard. DC card was inseparable in stage 2, so it looks like this game's going to stay the same throughout this stage too. Than these two.
I'm back, guys.
Oh, you're missing all kinds of action here.
No, I've been watching.
Great
Man.
racing.
I've been right here watching. I just haven't been in the booth with you guys. I was been riding along with 78, man. I kind of had my eyes on throughout this race, and he's a really good driver, man. But he's real. It seems to me like a real selfish driver. You know, he's got his eye on his line, what he's wanting to do. And he's not too focused on the peers around him. And that's a lot of an issue with some of these things. You know, if he had a different set of drivers around him right now, we'd have a lot more caution. So heads up and good job driving up the guys that surrounds the 78 tonight, man. Up front here, a lot of speed in that car for sure. Those two may very well go on to win this race.
Well, we've definitely seen him push up the track a little bit, got him, and get into guys who are to his outside, and again, a really great move there. But I think he forces the 5 up just a little bit. Is how hard he drives into that turn. Which, I mean, racing's racing, but as we get closer to the end, these drivers are not going to tolerate that as much. But for the moment, he has second place.
That's what I was saying.
Got him.
You seeing it the same way I do. It's just real aggressive driving, man. It's not thinking about your peers, and giving them room and respect on the track, And it's racing, like you said, it's racing. But man, I just not a big fan of that type of racing, It's fun to watch, for sure.
Makes me entertained up here, but if he keeps this up, he might get booted at some point. That's how you end up in the wall.
Foul. I mean, as long as he ain't wrecking people, it's all good, but it eventually catches up with you.
He took second away from Ace Dangerous, and Ace Dangerous loses another spot to Tech, and Ace isn't careful, he's going to lose another one to what looks to be Cheeseburger.
Guys are doing a pretty
Definitely
good job, though.
Sturlew has a really fast car. I think he is closing up the gap just a tad on Cosmic Storm.
You got Demon coming in for his stop.
More spread out.
Okay for him tonight.
Muffin creeping up in the top 10 now. He's sitting about 6 or 7.
Ooh, the number 9 of Tech 9 gets into the back of Sturlew into the last set of turns.
Yeah, I'm sure Tech 9 isn't real happy with the 78 over the last 10 laps of racing with him. He's probably going to be just as aggressive with the 78 with how he felt the 78 was driving him. So I'm going to keep an eye on this battle right here.
Yeah, I'd love to hear the radio communication back and forth between those two drivers right now. I'm sure it's not pretty. And 9 is peeking to the inside. And Sturlew comes down pretty aggressively.
Should be fun to see. He didn't do anything.
I'm Tech 9. I'm taking a breather right now. I'm going to try to cool down, and I'm going to maintain pace with the 78, but I'm not going to overdrive my car. I'm just conserve my tires as best I can.
And there's the driver entering the track. I think that was the number 2. That might have been Augustus.
Yeah, he had a problem off of turn 2. I don't know if he got punted or what. He ended up wrecking on the backstretch, and he has heavy damage. Looks like he's going to pit this time.
Well, if you're Cosmic, you want these top the 2 and the 3 place drivers. You really want, if you're Cosmic, you want those second and third place drivers to keep battling, because he's just being able to drive away from them if they get side by side.
It looks like something happened with 20 of Lazy J, because he did pit under that stage break. I don't know if it didn't give him enough gas or what, but he's in right now for service.
like the number 9 of Tech is able to get to the inside of the 78, but he just doesn't have quite the momentum to get really up next to him and make that pass clear.
Yeah, if he can get past 78 Sterling, I promise you that he will run down that 7 car and give him a run for his money. Tech is one of those
He's thinking
guys
about
that
it.
Yeah, he's thinking about it.
he
But
can
Sterling
put
does a
together
really
in the
great
long
job
run.
in that last set of turns. He is just perfect almost every time getting up against that gray area on the apron. That makes it really hard for Tech 9 to make that pass, but he is trying again. Coming out of turn number 2, I don't know if he has the momentum onto the backstretch. If he can stay there, it's not quite enough.
Yeah,
Looks
he'll
like
keep on
Tech's doing a
trying,
better
man.
job on getting that drive off the corner than the 78. The 78's definitely beating him on entry, but the 9 car's got a way better car on exit.
He's probably forcing Sterling to drive farther than he wants to right now. They're so in the run, so and Sterling gets to the outside the off too, and Tech 9's going to take the free with me and the kicker.
Sterling's going to try for that crossover.
Oh man, this is frustrating as a driver for Tech 9. He just worked that hard. Sterling made a mistake, and look how Sterling's going back out of it.
I'm sure Sterler's thinking, all right, Tech, my turn. I'm behind him every lap.
Yeah.
If he can stay with me, Tech might have a better car. Got a 2-car length gap between them now.
Should be interesting to see how this develops throughout the next 5-10 laps. See if he can drive away from him. I've been looking throughout the pack, and this 60 and this 1 car have been at each other for the past 3 laps. And it looks like, as I say, that muffin's starting to inch his way.
I think Tech 9's starting to pull away a little bit, and now the number 5 of Ace Dangerous is getting closer and closer to Sterlu.
Riding along with the points leader squad height back here in the 000 House CNC car. And he's not having quite the night he's been looking for so far tonight. Now, he's not too far off. He's thinking maybe 13th place right now. He's got a solid car there. I know he got involved in a couple wrecks early on, but it seems like he's just trying to take his time in the 20. Real heavy.
He's going over Lazy.
What happened to Lazy there? But the squad had no other choice but to hit him. Like, no caution, unfortunate for the 20. No damage on the 0. There might have been a little bit of a lag issue there. His nose is covered up a little bit.
It may have. I mean, Lazy just came out of the pits 5 laps ago, so that's going to be first time for him. Another night gone bad for him. The Tech man's also starting to run down Cosmic Storm as he's inched away from Sterling with these past 4 laps by over a second already.
That, to me, I think that shows what patience does for you. Sterling put a lot of pressure on Tech 9 earlier on the restart, and Tech finally just decided, hey, you know what, go ahead, burn your stuff up. And as soon as Sterling got around him, and it showed, you know, Sterling was fighting really, really hard to try to catch the 7 and stay in front of the 9, and there he is, you know, he's losing ground and falling back, and Tech 9 is able to pull up, close a little bit of ground with the 7 car. Through patience, you know.
Yeah, as the commissioner of this league, and these guys haven't had these long group like runs out they've been hoping for this season. Is this rewarding to see that you got 24, 25 guys out on the track and they're able to put on this kind of show so far?
Yeah, we've had a few cautions, but nothing really crazy. if you take out the 2 stage cautions, they've only had maybe 4 so far. So overall,
a relatively good showing so far, yeah.
A lot of beating and banging, a lot of action, which you love to see, especially on a track as short as this. But none of the major pile-ups like we've seen, at some of the preseason races.
It looks like Sterling and Ace Dangerous got each other off of 2 there. Lost a lot of time.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Yeah, Ace is watching that 9 car get smaller and smaller up ahead of him. He's trying his hardest to get past Sterling.
I'll tell you what, that's going to be interesting, man, because I've known Ace for a few years now on Xbox, and he came a long ways from where I first met him. He's never been a bad driver. He's always been a real aggressive driver. And he's wants what he knows he can get. And it's going to be interesting seeing this battle between him and the 78. It seems like to me, I'm fairly new to the 78, but it seems like to me the 78 is a fairly aggressive driver as well. So we got 2 real aggressive drivers battling it out for 3rd. This could be quite the interesting battle.
Yeah, if they keep this up any longer, though, they're going to have not only Cheeseburger coming in the picture, but Muffin in the 60 car who had a rough first to his stages, but he's sitting 7.9. Slowly creeping into his picture.
Looks like Ace might be able to take the position. I don't know if he can hang on here.
Ace bags it in. Gonna force him up the track a bit.
Yeah.
Kind of thought the 78 was allowing the 5 to go. He fought back pretty hard off of turn 2. Through the back stretch, through the front stretch.
Well, that let Cheeseburger go right on past him as well. And now here comes the number 60, a Muffin. He's going to lose a lot of positions.
Hopefully for him,
it's time for
about 2-second gap back to Bonek, man, so he can slot in behind the 60, maybe situate himself and make another go at it.
Well, I think he might have burned up his tires.
Yeah.
Well, we already know on this state, this field run. We only got about 15 laps left.
I think this is the debut race for Cheeseburger and D4C. He's doing really good. Looks like he's got a solid car right now sitting 4th. He's wanting to take that position for 3rd away from Ace Dangerous now.
Yeah, so far, very impressive debut by him.
I've raced with Cheeseburger in a few leagues, and he's been one of those guys that's fast, but he can be aggressive at times and get himself into bad spots, so should be interesting to see if he's patient behind Ace Dangerous or if he tries to dive it in there and make something happen.
The car that he's got, I would assume that he would try to definitely go for a position. I wouldn't see not going for it.
Cheeseburger looks to the inside. And the Muffin's right behind him, too. He's kind of stuck in the middle here.
He's busy trying to play offense and defense at the same time.
Yep.
I should turn to the chase cam and then look back with a little bit of an angle. Looking down the passenger side of the 5 car. Really cool shot of this battle. I don't know if I can turn that in.
That would have been helpful.
Sterling's still falling back. He's been gotten passed by the looks like 22. Now he's got the side 42 behind him now. So this car's falling.
Oh wow, the number 5 is cut off. The 28 of Cheeseburger. My goodness, that's gonna let Muffin go to the inside of Cheeseburger.
That's a heads
down the front stretch.
Because he got on the brake hard to keep contact. I got a feeling that's what allowed the 60 to get down to the inside of him. Good battle for 4th right here.
It's going to cost him a position, maybe. If you get that run off the field.
Tech 9's on pit road.
This is still the pit stop for him. He's trying to short pit the 7th car to get some track position.
Normally I'm scared to do a short pit, especially when in a series that's known for quite a few cautions. The way this race is going, I think they might pay out.
Oh, and here comes the number 5 of Ace. He is now on pit road.
We're so near the end of the run, though, that I think it's safe to do, because this is going to force Cosmic to...
Yeah, there's a number of drivers coming in.
Yeah, once that first guy hits pit road, it becomes worthwhile on me.
Cosmic is on pit road. That's going to get the lead to Cheeseburger here. Cheeseburger first.
Muffin second.
Looks like the 98 in third.
Cheeseburger really washed up the track there. That's going to let Muffin go to the inside and hear about a dead heat across the start-finish line.
I actually just got worried from
racing contact! Just a little bit. Cheeseburger goes up the track, gets in the wall. Muffin takes first place. The 98 of Caden Clipper goes to his inside. I'm not sure. I believe he is in second place.
He's
on the
top 10.
It's a real solid performance by Caden Clipper. I think it's the best run that he's had so far this year.
And now Caden Clipper is looking to the inside of Muffin to take first place.
See if he pulls away. If he pulls away, I might be wrong on the position matter.
He's going pretty fast.
Yeah, he might be on freshies now. So.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, he's just pulling away. Looks like Cheeseburger's coming down pit road with Muffin now. Nope, Cheeseburger stays out.
Cheeseburger stayed out.
In that one lap, Cosmic stayed out. Cost him just about 2 seconds as Tech9 is now on his back bumper.
Does this make you want a Reese's? Oh, how about this? Okay, we'll stop. Just kidding. We're not gonna stop. Not sorry. Reese's.
You can just see the 19 of Zachary Jason's blew right by Cheeseburger. Like, that car is just not handling good at this stage.
I wonder what's the fuel situation looking like, Liber?
They can go between 38 and 40 laps on fuel as, Tech9 had a moment in going through. Or running through. And he's going to lose about a second to Cosmic. They can go about 38 to 42 laps on a fuel run, so it should be, they should need to make one more stop. But it's going to be tight.
Yeah, I wonder if Cheeseburger is trying to stretch it out to, even if he has to pit, one more time, maybe take just right side tires and a can of fuel.
And give himself the better car at the end of the run, at the end of the race, if it goes green. May even actually trap a few guys a lap down here if we get a caution while he's staying out here. I mean, that's also a strategy to keep in mind.
Yep.
We have received our second DNF of the night as Snag has blown his motor. Topic him, he was in 11th place.
Yeah, Snag had a really fast car the first stage or so of that race. Just got caught back in traffic. Couldn't seem to recover.
If I'm the 28 and I got the fuel, I'm going to stay out all the way to the point with that 7 car. If that 7 car catches me, then I'm pitting. Even if I got fuel to keep going. I'm looking back from the 28 now, and I see the 7 coming off of turn 3 now, and the 28 going off of turn 4. Or, I meant, reverse that. But, got a good 6 to 8 second gap between him and the 7. 7 is definitely closing the lead. Fresh tires is definitely making a difference here.
But, Gotham, I think if you're Cheeseburger, you've got to commit. You've got to run that baby dry, and here he is coming on pit road. I'm not sure how much he had left. But if you're going to stay that far out, might as well.
I'm going to assume he was the last car on pit road. And I'm going to pan back around to the 7 car. And assume that he's going to be taking the lead here. Lazy J just having a bad night tonight.
Yeah, his whole front end of that car is tore up.
I just want to give a shout out to
goes
the
by
guys
him.
who are dedicated to come in and race these races, even through the Pro League draft qualifier and event they got going on right now. And to have that event going on and still be able to have fields of 25 people or more, that's a lot of dedication, man. That tells me that the series, even though we're having a lot of cautions, they're doing something right that these guys are enjoying. So we got to put that aside to come in and race these races. So even though the caution count's been relatively high the last few weeks, the guys are still be having fun. So that's good, you know.
And you look at the leaderboards, I mean, for, you know, not only just this league, but all the D4C leagues, you'll see a lot of those D4C drivers, you know, up there when it comes to the Pro League and who's having the fastest lap times.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know, we race on presets and everything, man. These guys, they got a lot of talent. They can very well go into any custom setup league and compete for wins at any given time as long as they put together a decent setup that can compete, you know. As far as driving ability goes, I mean, I don't think there's anybody out there that can top these guys. All 3 series. I mean, it's just takes a lot of composure to race these big fields. And on default at that, you know, the cars don't handle perfect the way you like it, you know, so you have to adapt to the way the car feels on the track, and that takes a lot of ability on, you know, even though it is a video game, there's still a lot of talent in behind making these lap times.
And Cheeseburger doing that strategy of staying out and running his field well. He is 3/4 of a lap down. Cosmic's coming off of turn 4 right now, and he's just going off of turn 2 right now. So
I think it's going to pay off
up.
if we go green, though. I really do.
I think you're right, Godman. He just needs to stick to the strategy. He can't go off course. As long as it's green, you just run or dry. The next time around, or whenever you put yourself in a position, you know, take the least amount of fuel, because that's the only way you're going to have a chance of winning. When you've put yourself in that
himself
box.
in a bit of a traffic jam. That's going to allow the 9 car to close in here. I agree with what you're saying. We got an interesting thing going on right here in front of the leader, though. This lap traffic is not just falling over and letting the leader go. Again, assuming that the 7 is the leader, I feel like that's a safe bet for the leader.
Yes, they're down for a little bit now.
Well, and I think if you're Heated Snowman, I believe that's the 8 of Tar Heel in front of him. You know, these drivers are fighting to stay on the tail end of the lead lap here, so, you know, we get a caution. They do not want to get trapped down. That's really letting Tech 9 catch back up to
Tar Heel, right?
Yep,
I believe
down
so.
to 17th right now.
If I'm in the flag stand, I'm throwing out the flag.
Oh, there's some contact.
Ooh, and Tar Heel's going to...
Those two drivers were racing so hard they got into each other.
We're going to stay 3 wide right here. Cosmic clears on check 9.
Wow.
Looks like he had a little contact there.
That's kind of a tough 3 and 4 here. 1 and 2.
It's a real gutsy move by the 7.
I can't blame those drivers for, you know, racing hard to tell the lead lap, and I'm just happy there wasn't a big wreck there. The way everybody was gunning for it in 3 and 4.
Heads up driving by those guys for sure. I was kind of nervous for the 7 taking a 3 wide coming off of turn 2 or turn 4, but he was able to keep it low and keep it pointed in the right directions. No harm, no foul, but it could have been real ugly for Cosmic. I'd have probably stayed a little patient as well. One battle to try to get around the 9 right now.
Yeah, Heated is really trying to stay the first car on the Lucky Dog position.
Lucky Dog.
Yeah.
There's a battle within a battle right there. We're seeing on the screen.
At least on my screen, I don't see a lap car up ahead. general vicinity.
Not until right here, you can kind of see a couple of them diving off between turn one right there. But you got to look way up around the corner to see them.
Yeah.
Strong performers by these guys. I'm going to try to find Sterlo. I'm sitting with Sterlo now. Let's see how far back he is. If I had to take a guess, he's sitting about 6th or 7th now. See him roughing up ahead. See
He's running 5th.
the 5-car.
Well, Tech9 almost hit the outside wall coming out of 4, but stayed off of it.
It looks to be Fort Smitty behind him on the 42 car.
Back up here. I was interested to see how far back he fell from that earlier tire wear issue, what I'm going to call it.
And it looks like the Tech9 is slowly catching back up to Cosmic, but Ethan Snowman is still applying a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he did his toying with these guys, it looks like. He says, I got a car and I'm ready to use it, guys. Give me my lap back the hard way.
Yeah, I think he has a decent car. He doesn't have a winning car tonight, but, you know, got caught up in that wreck on the backstretch earlier in the race. I think that really put him in a bad position. So he's hanging in there.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely got a good car at the moment.
Oh, man.
Think he's got fresher tires, maybe?
You know, I am not sure.
He does have fresher tires. He pitted 5 laps later than these guys. And 10 laps later than Tech9. So he wants to get past them, but he's in a tough spot because these guys are battling for lead. And he is one of those guys that doesn't want to mess anyone up when they're down for an important spot like this.
Hey, that's not stopping Heated Snowman, though. He just went past our second place driver, going after our leader, trying to unlap himself.
He done a really good job about timing that pass and everything, though. Formally, I like how he done that. It don't look like the 9 really sacrificed any time in the 7. At most, a half a tenth through that move. And once the 0-1 of Heated gets back up to Cosmic and ready to pass.
Does this make you want a Reese's? Oh, how about this? Okay, we'll stop. Just kidding. We're not gonna stop. Not sorry. Reese's.
That's him. That gap that was lost, he's going to gain it right back, provided that he gets around Cosmic in the same manner. Looks like he's going to. He's going to have a good jump down turn 3 here to get around Cosmic.
You see Cosmic tries to pinch him off a little bit. Cosmic goes way up high.
Oh, he defended that really nice. Good job by Cosmic there.
Here's the other thing, too. I think Cosmic has a couple lap fresher tires than Tech9, because Tech9 came in early.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, he's got about 5 lap fresher tires. I'd say in the back of next 10 laps or so. Cosmic's going to have more lap cars, such as Munsonator, Dr. Dad, to deal with. And they've been down.
Tell you what, man, it's hard to do what Heated Snowman's doing right now. You know, you're not because where he's at on the track position-wise, but to run behind somebody that close at a track where braking and throttle points and everything are so sensitive without getting into an issue with it. That's pretty good racing, pretty good driving by Heated Snowman right there.
Yeah, that really was impressive. I think eventually Cosmic said, you know what, it's not worth battling like this to keep somebody a lap down. He's got more lap cars up ahead. That's let Tech9 catch back up to him. He's on the outside.
Woo! Like to paint the wall there. That's a cool shot. But you notice how that gap closed back up though whenever the Heated Snowman was passing Cosmic there? That gap between him and the 9 closed up. And now the gap is starting to gain a little bit because Cosmic fresher tires.
We got some guys coming into the final pit stop of the day.
Yeah, let's get a lap count as far as how many laps we have left here.
We're coming to 40 laps to go.
They should be able to make it all the way to this point, right?
Yep, payroll is open.
Well, we think back to Cheeseburger, he
can
probably
save
stayed out.
Yeah.
He probably stayed out at least 15 more laps than some of these drivers, maybe 20. I kind of lost track there. He was out a lot longer than I thought he would be. So maybe it's just a can of fuel for him.
Can of fuel, 2 tires?
Yep.
I don't know if the can of fuel is going to make enough time, though, do you think?
I don't know. He hasn't made much ground since he stayed out.
If he's able to do a half a can, he's able to do a half a can to make it on the end, then that's a big gain. But I don't know if I can, because these other guys, I mean, they're breaking into the plane of being able to make it now. So if they can stretch this fuel run out to around 15 to go, they're going to be taking 1 can, 2 tires. So he's
he does have fresher tires, so he's going to be making up some ground on the guys who stayed out, who came in earlier. So he's going to close up the gap some, theoretically. I don't know how much, but that could help make up a little bit of the gap.
It looks like he's closing in. He's 6th place right now, it looks like, unless Clayton's on the lead lap and maybe 7th, because I see Sterlo up ahead of him, a couple seconds up ahead. 2 man in front of him, and then I got eyes on it. Looks like maybe 22 on the road. But it looks like about a 7th or 8th place running for Cheeseburger at the moment.
Well, I got to tell you, if we stay green all the way, it's going to be a classic NASCAR heat moment where we're going to have a little bit of difficulty trying to figure out who is the leader at this rate.
Oh, yeah, amen to that.
You know.
Right now, it looks like Technime's starting to pay for pitting a little early.
We got guys coming in right now.
He's now falling 2 seconds behind Cosmic.
I think now the 28 is passing the 70. It's going to put 28 third on the track, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen the 60. I've seen the 5. And the 42 all pit that last time by. And if I'm not wrong in my call on the 7th or 8th place starting, I've been running a while ago. Those guys pitting, it's going to put them around 5th.
Yeah, Sterlu's coming in.
Yep, that'll put Cheeseburger in 3rd now.
And looks like Tech9's coming in as well.
Cosmic's not going to let him.
Yep, and Cosmic. So we'll just have to wait and see how this all plays out. I'm going to try and find Cheeseburger here and see how long he stays out for.
If you're riding along with Cosmic, if you'll tap the A button, that's the quickest way to get to him by hitting the A button. Come on, I'm riding along with him now. That's the method I use, and that's fairly quick. 6 or 7 clicks. Get a decent little qualifying.
Indeed, it should be interesting to see who comes off pit road first.
I see D-Man's still up there. I think he's 2nd. Unless Caden's on the lead lap, man. I don't know if Caden, I wish I knew if Caden was on the lead lap. He's holding strong against the 28 right now.
Cheeseburger is a leader right now.
Cheeseburger is a leader.
Cheeseburger is a leader right now.
Can you give me a direct rundown if that's possible?
I can look at the Cheeseburger is a leader because he was 3rd when Cosmic and...
You know, there's a driver, not to cut you off, there's a driver number 2 car, I believe is that Augustus? Who's looking to the inside. Augustus looking to the inside of 28. I think he must have fresher tires. Oh, a little bit of contact. Looking here on our blimp camera. Some really great shots, I think. Cheeseburger let him go on by.
Ingles. I would if I was Cheeseburger. I wouldn't want somebody damaging my car this late in the race. I don't want to. We got Caden Bartle inside the car.
I mean, these laps go by pretty quick, so I'm just really
time to get a
curious
lap
to see
timer.
how long he's going to stay out there.
I probably would pit now that I know he's still got decent tires, probably a decent amount of fuel in the car, but everybody else has already made their pit stop. He's got the most gain on everybody at the moment until they get back on the track with even fresher tires and are able to gain that time back up. So if I'm him, I'm pitting right now, man. Taking 2 tires, make my bed, and let the good time roll.
I think the only reason why he might stay out is if he's hoping for a caution. Although we've gone green for quite some time, so the odds of that seem pretty low. But you just never know in a race like this.
We almost had a caution with the 98 car who.
Here comes Cosmic.
Maybe not the 4.
Cosmic's here, guys. He's knocking on the back door to 28.
I guess the question is Cosmic 2 laps down or 1 lap down?
I would say
I would
1
assume
lap down. You think? It's a pretty big track still, right? 22nd lap times. 27 second lap times.
It's like it would.
Yeah,
I think it is 2 laps.
Yeah, 2 laps are fair. I give you that.
And Cheeseburger should just let him by here. Yeah, he just kind of got no choice.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he's got much of a choice but let him go.
But throughout the
How many
cycle,
laps do we?
stops,
Sorry, how many laps do we have left here, Viper? 25.
25 to go.
throughout the cycle pit stops, though, Tech 9 lost a tremendous amount of time. Before the pit stops, he was maybe 2 seconds behind the leader. Or who's going to be the leader on which will be Cosmic. So now 3.5 seconds. So he's got some work to do if he wants to.
Yeah, I just don't know if this is going to really pay out for the 28 unless he can make it all the way.
That's going to be tough, but maybe half a can, like you said earlier. I don't know if that's enough to make it for him, but if he can get half a can and go, it might pay off.
I really don't think that the 7 took a 4-tire 2-can stop there.
He did.
He gained a tremendous amount of time on Tech 9. Tech 9 still about 3 to 4 seconds behind Cheeseburger now. With Cosmic every bit of 2 or 3, 4 seconds ahead of Cheeseburger. So splitting the gap here. I'm seeing a 2-tire stop versus a 4-tire stop.
You might be right, because I saw Tech 9 come on pit road with like a pretty clean entry.
Yeah,
unless something happened, maybe leaving pit road. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Cosmic got pretty high on the pit road. He was almost speeding. I mean, almost. So he had a pretty nice entry pit road, which could have given him a little bit of time.
See, Cosmic's already coming off of turn 2 now.
Tech 9 goes to the inside of Cheeseburger.
I'm so used to this being split around with Vegas here. It's turn 3 and 4, guys. I'm sorry. Shut up. Watching this race here, Sweeter. If you click on formulas, you'll see the race.
Often just pumped her in that out of the way for 8th.
The Cosmic just showed his lap time, and he actually was on the lead lap. So he only went that pit road change.
That's definitely
quickly coming down the street road.
Yeah, it's got to be a 2-tire stop then, I would say, man. What about Muffin? He's passing the leader now. Is he 1 or 2 laps?
He's on the lead lap now.
Wow. Well, I think for Cheeseburger, I think time's run out.
I think he's going to try to stretch it first.
Maybe he won't be able to make it. I don't know.
Cosmic's going to get to him before the end of the race. Because in one lap, Cosmic made a second and a half on him. And we got 20 laps left.
Oh, there's still 20 to go? Wow.
Can you save much fuel on a track like this? I just don't know how you'd be able to save that much fuel.
Rolling into the corner and waiting on it to get back into it.
I know that's just a lot of fuel to make up, though. I mean, I get the shorter the track, typically you can make it up, but
I say it's easy to save 10 laps, but I don't know if he needs to make more than that or not.
Somebody went up and hit the wall. That might have been number 40 of Country 29.
Yeah.
I think we thought I was running 6 though. That was the spot Muffin.
Oh man, I hate this for Cheeseburger, man. If he can't make it all the way, and I just don't
number
have
5 and 8 and the 40 up in the wall contact. Well, as the laps wind down here in Phoenix, I think we're just going to keep our eye on the 28 of Cheeseburger, see if he can make it on fuel. If not, it looks like the number 7 of Cosmic Storm will be in the catbird seat.
You tell me where the 28 is on the track at the moment.
He is currently in coming out of turn number 2. It's still confusing with the
on this front stretch now, just crossing the line.
It's kind of strange having pit road on the backstretch now, but he's right at the start-finish line as we speak.
Yeah, Cosmic's definitely going to be there with this thing.
Cosmic got last lap in 2 seconds faster than Cheeseburger.
You can tell the handling, and now Cheeseburger is coming in. Oh, and Country gets into the back of him. I hope he doesn't get a penalty out of that.
No, we got very good so, but Starry might have had a pretty good spread, but
he would have thrown a caution in with that money for him, but a miscalculation. We got the 7 car in the lead now, right?
Yeah, we will have the 7 car in the lead, followed by Tech 9. 8.5 seconds back, and Muffin 6 seconds back in third.
Just a huge gap right now between first and second.
As things go horribly wrong, I don't see anything really taking this win away from Cosmic at this point.
He definitely has the fastest car all day.
He's had some dominant cars though with last season. He had a dominant car at Kansas, and he had a late race caution that took that away from him. So he's had
some 40 coming up at road.
Jeff Gordon had some moments.
That's gonna hurt Cheeseburger horribly, man. He was sitting third a while ago on the lead lap. Could have pit with these guys and still been in the fight for a top 5. That pit strategy is gonna easily move him outside the top 10, I would think.
Yeah, he had a fast enough car to keep up with Cosmic and Muffin and Tech. So, really
I think Cheeseburger, I think he just realized for any chance of him to win the race, he needed a caution to come out while he was still out there. And he just ran enough laps, and the caution never came out. So sometimes that you get lucky, and sometimes you don't.
Yeah,
I think he had a top 5 car. I don't know if he had the fastest car. So if you're trying to win the race, I think it was a valiant effort.
Muffin's sitting third now, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Can you tell me who's in 4th and 5th? Does he have that telemetry pulled up?
Chevy Man in 4th and Ace Dangerous in 5th. And Chevy Man's 2 seconds back and dropping fast.
Chevy's trying to strike it.
How many laps do we have left this time by?
That battle would say was for 8th.
8 to go?
What I heard? Correct.
8 to go.
Wow, this laps jumped quick, didn't it?
Yeah, they go by pretty fast here. 7 laps to go for number 7, Cosmic Storm. Complete the full sweep for today.
Pretty sure. Trick, can you confirm that it's coming to 7 to go or
9 to go. 9 to go this time by.
oh, 9 to go?
Okay.
That'll be a 1-2 finish for Strange Motorsports. Cosmic and Tech 9 being on the same team. If Tech 9 can hold off the 60, which shouldn't be that big a problem if he maintains pace in the next 6 laps here.
Correction,
Yeah, I
now
think
it's
he's good to go.
9 laps to go.
8 to go.
What?
All right, I'll go, yeah.
I'm not sure. How many laps do we have to go? Keeps changing on me, guys. I'm trying to understand here.
The leader cross.
So it will now be 7 laps to go where the leader comes by. I think.
This
We
time
hope.
7
Yes.
This time 7.
Dear
Yes.
Lord, 704, please give us a lap counter next year. And a leaderboard.
We'll do 1
Love you
A
guys.
little deja vu
Place.
here, guys. It's 7 laps to go for the 7 car.
Yeah, Tech's
All right.
pulling Muffin. This, he's got it as long as he doesn't.
Right. Unless it's changed, 6 laps to go for Cosmic Storm.
We have a
He's
correction.
just really-
No, I'm just kidding.
He has really been a class of the field as he goes by the 19 of Zachary Jason. Just dominant all day long. He's won both the stages.
Yeah, this is
I feel
one
like
of his
he's
favorite
definitely-
tracks, and
Has some long run
Definitely.
speed that a lot of guys don't have.
Yeah, with 5 to
Thank you,
go,
Sheridan.
I think the only driver who may have, rivaled him as far as long-term speed was the 5 of Ace Dangerous. It seemed like he was able to catch back up to him, but at the start of the run, he just did not have the speed.
yeah, right now in the closing laps, Ace Dangerous is trying to fend off Cole 315 just to keep its 4th place position because Cole 315 is 2 seconds back, maybe 3-4 laps ago, and he started quick.
Cole, this is his, I do believe this is his debut for D4C this year for a Mets fan, as well as
Probably
Cheeseburger.
showing
So,
out him.
yeah, both Cheeseburger and 315, they definitely had a pretty good, strong debut for showing in Xfinity this year.
Coming up on 3 laps to go. As Cosmic crosses the start-finish line, dives down on the apron. Just having to deal with a little bit of lap traffic. And the last thing he wants right now is a caution to come out.
For sure. Cosmic's been taking it easy with his last few laps as tries to close that gap a little bit, but too low, too late.
2 to go this time.
Yep, he just needs to make it back one more time, get that white flag, and bring her home.
Something to notice about that 7 car. It's clean as a whistle. Not a scratch on it hardly.
And the white
At
flag
all.
is out. One more lap to go, presented by All-Star Racing Giveaways.
Yeah, Cosmic who dominated this race this year.
Just an outstanding performance by the Storm. The Dominator here at Phoenix. He goes down the backstretch into the final turns. The number 7 Camaro conquered Phoenix today. Cosmic Storm, your winner and sweeper here at Phoenix. My goodness, I think Tech 9 came home second. I'm not sure who came in third, but just
Muffin in third.
amazing performance.
He's barely gets fourth as he gets lowered across the line by Cole. Cole in 5th. 6th will be Fort Smitty. 7th will be Redneck Man. 8th look like Stoller.
I want to get top 3 obviously here for interview, but I also want to get Cole 315 up here in the booth with us as a the highest finishing debut driver for Xfinity. So Wouldn't mind interviewing him after the race if everybody's got time for that.
Yeah, I'll get him up and good.
Viper, I think you said we'd have maybe 6 or 7 cautions. That's about what we had. We had a few spurts there where we had accidents, but pretty much, I think the whole third stage was green, green, green.
Yeah, it was a fairly clean race with long green flag runs, which is pretty typical for a track like this.
Yeah.
There's our second place finisher, Tech 9.
Yep. We're getting our top 3 in here.
The fastest lap of the race belonged to our race winner and our pole setter of Cosmic Storm.
And also Cole 315. It's in here as well.
Now, formally, do you mind if I take the lead on the introduction of the interviews?
You can go right ahead.
Let's get everybody in here first, obviously, but
Yeah, I'm trying to get Muffin and Cosmic in here. There's Cosmic.
there's Muffin. All right, we got everybody in. What's Muffin? In the moment. There's Formula. There they are.
They're both in.
Okay. Formula, Muffin, y'all got a copy?
Yep.
10-4?
Cool. Muffin, if you will, include your audio, please.
Yes, sir. Already did.
All right. I'm going to start things off with the third place finisher, Muffin 2709 in the 60, Sunny D Ford. Muffin, you had a relatively eventful night, it looked like, man. Early on in the race, getting caught up in some interesting mishaps, and then it seemed like after about midway through stage 2, you started getting your car pointed in the right direction and out of the trouble, and coming away with a decent, solid run throughout the second half of the race, bringing you home third, man. Can you kind of walk us through your events through the race today, man?
Yeah, I think overall it was definitely a great race. I think early on we all had a little bit of jitters trying to figure each other out. This track definitely plays to other, so many different strengths, so many different ways to attack this track, and I think early on people trying to figure that out, being so close together, definitely saw me caught up in a few accidents there. Most of which were definitely racing accidents, just hard racing with all these guys, and yeah, caught some serious damage and just kind of biding my time. I knew this track generally plays out to have good long green flag runs, and I knew my car, it didn't always take off great at the starts, but it was phenomenal on the mid to long runs, and I was just praying for those green flag runs, and literally was able to just show what I was able to put together there.
But man, it was definitely a strong finish for you, man, and played your cards right with the pit strategy and all. And I'm sorry my connection dipped out on you, but I'm glad you were able to come away with a solid position and take control of the lobby and the race and everything, and keep everybody under control. It looks like you've done an excellent job with that tonight with the long green flag runs, man. So I appreciate what you did out there for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic on over to Pro Viper to take the second place finisher of D4C Tech 9. Viper, you got a copy?
10-4. We got the number 9, Geo Motorsports Chevrolet Camaro of Tech 9. Tech, what did you need to try and keep up with Cosmic tonight that just wasn't there?
I don't know. He
we practiced all week together. Well, not all week, but we practiced together with really close setups, and it just seemed like he was a little bit more consistent on the longer run. It seemed like the shorter run, I could like keep with him and even catch him just a little bit, like, I don't know, like 2 to 3 tenths in 10 laps. But he definitely had a strong car out there, and I just tried my best. I had to work my way through the field once, and that was fun.
10-4, bud. Strong show now tonight. I'm going to pass the mic over to Formula Crowd, who's going to have our winner in Victory Lane.
All right, well, we're down here in Victory Lane, and once again, I'm with my old buddy, the Cosmic Storm. And Cosmic, fantastic performance by you tonight here at Phoenix. You won both stages, had the fastest lap, and I think you took the pole as well. You do a lot of practice, or what did it take to just dominate here tonight?
I mean, first off, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that raced. That was a hell of a race out there. That long, like 100 and something lap run. So good job to everybody who raced in D4C in tonight's race. But as far as dominant car, I mean, I didn't expect to come into the race with a dominant car, at least from what I seen from all the lap times from the that people were posting before the race. So I mean, kind of went with a setup change at the beginning of the race, and it seemed to work out for me. So I mean. Felt like a pretty perfect race, I think, with the pole, winning both stages, the win, the fastest lap, never even touched another car, so scratch-free car. This one definitely is probably one of my best wins ever.
And how important was tire wear out there? You know, we saw a few different pit strategies. Some people like Cheeseburger tried to stay out as long as possible. Others like Tech9 pitted a little bit early to try and force others. And, did you have a particular strategy? And how well did your car, react throughout the entire run?
As far as like the tire wear, I think it was pretty important once you like got past like the 25 lap mark or like the 20 lap mark in the run. Tech definitely made me pit there early, that second to last pit stop. I wanted to go about an extra few laps than I did, but he forced me to pit because he pitted, so you lose about a second once you get to the very end of the run, so it's pretty big there. But I can't remember the second part that you said.
I was just wondering about, I kind of lost track of myself, but I know, speaking of tire wear, I think the second stage, you and Ace Dangerous seemed like you were pretty close together, and maybe he even had a little bit of a better, long-term run than you did. Was there any changes you made throughout the race, or did you pretty much stick to your same setup once you got settled in?
No, yeah, there in the second stage, he really closed in on me late there. I don't know if it's me just overdriving my car a little bit too much early in the run, or him just getting a little bit better over the course of the run. But no, after the first pit stop, I never made a single change to my car. I stuck with what I put in the first pit stop, and it seemed to work the whole race. I was pretty consistent throughout the run, handling-wise. I never had to worry about being loose. I could run the bottom, both corners fine. So I think that was the big key right there, though, be able to run the bottom, especially in 1 and 2.
Well, Cosmic, congratulations to you. One of the most dominant performances I've seen here watching D4C, such a competitive league. And just once again, congratulations. Enjoy that victory. Back to you, Gotham.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to congratulate Cosmic Storm as well, man. That was a heck of a run you put together out there, buddy. That was some of the finest driving I've seen this year out of all 3 series, really, man. I mean, to come away, pole, win, stages, clean car. It's just, you can't get no better than that, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
I do want to take things over and bring Cole 315 into the booth with us and give him a little bit of a shout out, man. That was a strong finish by you tonight, Cole. Do you got a copy?
I do.
Man, coming away, what was it? 5th place finish or 6th?
5th place today.
5th place, man. Top 5
for Dirty South racing.
Yes, sir. We noticed, man. We've kept an eye on you here and there throughout the race, and looked like your teammate of Cheeseburger put up a good fight with you tonight too, man. It was some good racing by you guys in y'all's debut run for D4C and Xfinity series. Can you kind of tell me about your experience, man? First time on the track with our guys and seeing our leadership and everything, man. And did you enjoy it? Did you have fun?
I did have fun. I struggled. Beginning of the race, I had the wrong setup in for qualifying. Started, I think, 26th. Had to fight my way through the field. And but other than that, I was involved. I was in the Las Vegas race, and coming here tonight was a complete different event. Tonight was awesome. The racing was great. Little hiccups here and there, but it was great racing tonight.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, man, and I'm glad you had a competitive car to come away top 5. Was there any real pit strategy that kind of turned out for you to be able to get up there to 5th, or do you feel like you had a little bit more? Maybe you could have came away 4th or 3rd if you had a little bit more of a better run earlier in the final stage?
I think I had a longer run car, and I think maybe if we had 10 to go, I could have maybe got 4th. Had a fun battle with 4th. That was good. But a long run car needed maybe one more caution to get up to Cosmic. I think I had something for him because I got the setup in and all. But it was just hell of a race by him. There was no one touching him tonight.
Well, buddy, that's once again strong finish, and I appreciate you coming in and testing the waters with D4C and everything. And we look forward to a long career with you in D4C. And yeah, just tune in next week, man. Let's see how you do next week.
Thank you, man.
ID Formula. Want to close out?
All right, folks. Well, once again, another fantastic race here under D4C, especially here in this All-Star Racing Giveaways Xfinity Series. Once again, want to give a shout-out to our sponsor, All-Star Racing Giveaways, and want to check them out on Facebook. And as we're closing up here, I want to also thank my co-commentators, Pro Viper and D4C Gotham. I hate Gotham that you got kicked out of the race there at the start, but glad to have you in the booth with us for this one. We'll catch you next time.